What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Supergirl penultimate episode of Season 2 review. So, a very, very strong episode this week of Supergirl. Now, if you're new to the channel, it would be awesome if you enjoyed this video to subscribe, and also if you're already a subscriber, please do click that bell button to get those notifications. So, a very unlikely team up and two massive returns this episode. So it's pretty much picking up from last week where we learn that good old Rhea has been a massive douchebag and wanting to bring over the Daxamites through the portal and create new Daxam, which is what I said weeks and weeks ago. So, caught it! Which I am quite happy that this is the way the story has actually gone, because it does work. Now, it also, I'm not too sure why Rhea wants to marry off her son Mon-El against Lena Luthor. It doesn't really make that much of sense, to be honest, considering that she's more powerful, they're more advanced. She'd want, obviously, someone who is just as advanced, to give them a son or daughter who is just as powerful as the Daxamites who will be on Earth. So there is that. And now I kind of feel that the politics part of this episode, that when Kat was like, oh, you're still a Democrat, right? I didn't really like that, in the fact that I'm sure that many other people who want to watch this show for a comic book show didn't really want those politics in there as much. Politics will always be a part of these shows, but to be honest, it was very ham-fisted the way they have done it. But whatever, we're going to keep on getting this because the finale is named after the quote from an American politician about a woman who stood up to the Trump administration, weirdly enough. However, nevertheless, this episode was pretty decent, I thought, with the ham-fisted politics aside. Now, one thing I found really, really strange was the fact that we finally get Cat Grant back in the show, and she is kind of just turning up straight away. I'm a bit disappointed that we haven't got our Cat Grant throughout this season, just popping up randomly, making jibes at Jimmy Olsen. It was just a bit disappointed that we didn't really get her that often, because she absolutely stole the show when she turned up on Air Force One. So it's a shame, but she was the best thing about this episode, I really do think. Now, on Air Force One, of course, we had our American president, who turns out, or revealed to everyone, that she was an alien, a Durlan, which is the Durlan race in the DC Comics was, interestingly, someone, or the race, who joined the Dominators in their invasion of Earth. Their original civilization was destroyed, and they couldn't remember how or what they actually looked like, because they're a bunch of shape-shifting aliens, and they actually impersonated the members of the leaders of the world of Earth, and then, well, helped the Dominators, which is really weird when you think about it, because they could have set up a lot more of an interesting storyline for the invasion part. But I guess they want to make Linda Carter, they want these politics, they want her to be pro-immigration, they want her to just show the minorities winning against the majorities, which, I don't really know. I think that they could have gone a better path with this for a comic book story, as opposed to a simple flag-waving kind of protest episode, which I guess there is kind of room for that, to be honest. I don't know, but that's just me. Obviously, we've got a huge, huge team up with Cadmus and, of course, the DEO. Now, that is mad, and something which I didn't really expect to happen, to be honest. I was speculating how the Project Cadmus would get involved, but I guess it kind of does actually make sense that they would join forces with the DEO to take down these alien invaders. Which I found it really weird that Cat Grant was inspiring normal humans to live up, to fight these Daxamites who are actually super powerful, just like Mon-El. So that's really weird that she's like sent them to their doom, just like Oliver did in the fight in Starling City at the end of season 4. So we've got the same kind of storyline here, a city under siege. But you know what? Both of them are actually working here, to be honest. I just think that the wedding was a bit weird. I don't really see why they have to have a huge ceremony when she could have literally just made the baby without anyone's involvement, to be honest. But I guess she wanted the pomp and circumstance of having a coronation, which, you know what, I can kind of understand, to be honest. She wants to create this new Daxam and have someone to lead it, have a royal family to properly lead it. So, hey-ho, that's that. But one thing which really annoyed me was Cat Grant with her identity with Supergirl, but then she sees Jimmy Olsen is like, oh, I can see your eyes. I'm not sure if that's meant to be a joke or not. If it wasn't a joke, you're like, well, wow, you are absolutely oblivious to all that was going on. So I don't know what was going on there, but it was just really odd. I'm not sure if Cat Grant criticising the office was her kind of them hinting that she's going to come back and take over Catco, and Jimmy Olsen will probably go back to being where he was, or just not go back to where he was, but simply just being the Guardian and going full time, which I think would kind of work, because we could have him fully on the show being a crime fighter, and then we could also have Cat Grant pop up every so often being the head of Catco and being the head of the magazine, which would really work in my opinion. Now, weirdly, at the end, you think this is all done. I liked the idea of DEO and Cadmus teaming up, but then it didn't work, did it? Well, it did, but Rhea is one step ahead, 10 steps ahead. She's borrowing the lines from Prometheus there, borrowing his tricks. However, here we actually got Superman, who, oh my god, he is brainwashed, which I guess if anyone knows how to brainwash a Kryptonian, I guess the Daxamites actually know what to do there. They know how to kind of mess with them, etc. So I thought that was really cool there. It's a big twist about this, and it kind of makes sense, the fact that he probably thinks he's fighting General Zod, when really he's fighting his cousin there, the Supergirl. So we've got that up next season. Those two are fighting. They're also going to be fighting Queen Rhea as well in the promo for next week, which looks absolutely insane. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you enjoy that episode? Please do like, please do subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.